What's good? What's poppin'? Welcome to another episode of that deep shit. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about the human will. What is it? How to use it? And how does it benefit us? You know what I mean? So let's get to it. Okay, so what is the will? Well, if I had to explain what the human will is the essence of spirit. The human will is the essence of your soul. So whatever it is inside of you, whatever you want to call that, it's the direction of the spirit or the motivation of the soul. So for example, you could say, I willed it to happen. It's something that came from the internal you, or it was my will, or someone left it in their last will and testament. It's what their soul wanted to happen. You could say, I will go to the store. It's the desire and the passion of the soul. You can also say, let's look at some of the definitions that you'll find online, and we'll compare it. We'll see where we're at with that. You can say, let's see, expressing the future tense. You will regret it when you get older. See, it's something that shows you the direction of where the soul wants to do, or something that the universe wants to do. It's a direction of spirit. Let's see, number 2, accidents will happen. Will you stop here, please? There's a rock so light that it will float on water. So even if you're talking about an inanimate object, or what you perceive as an inanimate object, it's still alive and it still has an energy and a soul force. So even a rock that is so light, it will float on water. She will dance for hours. These are just examples. There's a second tier of the word will. If you look it up and look up the definition, the faculty. Let's see. She has an iron will that goes. That's another example of the direction of one's spirit. So on and so forth. I'll leave it there. But you kind of get the gist of it. So why is this important? Well, it's important because, in life, we are all driven by our wills. And when people talk about things like manifesting or magnetizing to certain things or certain situations, the laws of attraction and things of this nature. It's one thing if you think it, then it will be. There's the will, there's the connection. And also when it comes to manifesting and laws of attraction, your emotions do play a driving force in it, and your emotions are the battery that gets your manifestations into gear. But which is not really talked about is the human will aspect. You have to have a strong will for attracting things. You have to have a strong will for manifesting things. And a lot of that strength in your will comes from discipline. You have to have some sort of discipline. And for a lot of people, religion disciplines one's will. So religion is just keys or suggestions or training, if you will, training, if you will, to sharpen or quicken one's spirit or one's will. So people take a religion very literally, but really it's just an instruction of a process. But going back to discipline, which also you can connect to disciples if you would like to, which a disciple is just another derivative of the word discipline. Um, uh, is because there's a structure there. So even if you want to allegorically talk about the disciples of the one you call Yahshua, that really is code for 12 disciplines to quicken the will. You want to talk about, even if you want to flip the disciples and talk about the 12 astrological, and I'm kind of going off in a little bit of a tangent, but you'll see how it all comes back around full circle. If you want to talk about, if you want to flip that and talk about um, astrological signs or astrological houses, these are disciplines. So even if you're, into astrology and into reading what you will want to quote unquote call one's path or one's chart, it's really you're really looking at a discipline. You know what I mean? That you may gravitate to more than another. Because really, you have free will. Nothing is set in stone. You can manipulate the universe as you see fit. So when someone gives you an astrological reading, it's more so to give you a little bit of direction on your will. It's not necessarily the end all be all, but it is a sign of the direction of your will. But what's important about this is when your will wants something to happen, um, and the universe has a friction that goes against your will, um, we usually feel the effect of this, and it's called stress. And the like, so say for example, I really want to go to Disneyland, but my car broke down and I lost my job. So these certain situations, car breaking down, I lost my job, or obstacles that are going against your will, and this is the cause of stress. And the best method to destroy stress or even destroy the illusion of obstacles in your life is to understand the will and what's actually happening in this process of you feeling this pressure or this discomfort or distress. With that being said, understanding the will is the best way to utilize the will, and disciplining the will, self-discipline, is the greatest form of discipline of the will. You can have religion, you can have training, but when the will can recognize itself and discipline itself, you'll find that you will be quickly on your way to your path. So with that being said, a little quick video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, first what you need to do is hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit a thumbs up for your boy one time, and log on to newmysteryschool.com. There's videos like this that's not available on YouTube if you just search on YouTube. So with that being said,